I am leaving my wife tomorrow and I couldn't be happier. I'm 42, she's 41, and we've been married for 8 years. For the first 3 years, everything seemed normal. We both worked, split bills evenly, talked about buying a house someday, had date nights every Friday. Then her mom got sick 2 years ago and she quit her job to take care of her full time. I supported that decision completely. I make $140,000 as an engineer. We could survive on one income. I told her to take all the time she needed. But 3 months ago, I started noticing our savings dropping faster than usual. We had $87,000 saved up, money I'd been putting away since my first job at 23. 6 months later, we were down to $34,000. When I asked about it, she got defensive immediately, started yelling about how I was spending too much on tools and car parts for my project car, that I had no right to question her after everything she'd been through. I went through my statements that night, every single purchase. I spend maybe $200 a month on hobbies, sometimes less. Something didn't add up, but I didn't want to accuse her of anything. Her mom had just passed away 4 months ago, and she was grieving hard. I figured maybe funeral costs were higher than I realized. Maybe she needed retail therapy to cope. Last week, I couldn't ignore it anymore. Another $8,000 gone in 2 weeks. I installed budget tracking software on our joint account without telling her. I needed to see where the money was actually going. The purchases were insane. $3,400 at Nordstrom on a Tuesday afternoon, $3,100 at some boutique called Azure I'd never even heard of, $890 for spa treatments at a place 40 minutes from our house on the other side of town. I started scrolling back further. This had been going on for over a year. Designer handbags she'd never shown me, expensive dinners at restaurants we'd never been to together, charges from stores that didn't match anything in our closet. Then I saw the hotel rooms, $340 here, $280 there, always midweek when I was at the office, always the same hotel downtown, the Riverside Inn. I'd driven past it 1,000 times on my way to work, but here's what actually broke me. Yesterday afternoon at 3:47 p.m., I got a notification on my phone, 60 using $500 transfer to an external account I didn't recognize. I looked up the account name through our bank system, Marcus Chen. It was her ex-boyfriend's name, the one she told me ghosted her 5 years ago right before we got engaged, the one who supposedly broke her heart so badly she cried for weeks. I sat in my car in the work parking lot for 20 minutes just staring at my phone. My hands were shaking. That night, after she went to bed early claiming a migraine, I logged into her email. I know her password because she asked me to help her reset it 6 months ago and never changed it. Password was still Sunny Day 2019. They'd been talking for 11 months. The emails went back to right after her mom's funeral. He reached out to offer condolences, and it snowballed from there. They weren't just talking. They were planning to start a business together. Some online boutique selling handmade jewelry using my money. Money I'd been saving since I was 25 years old for our future. She'd already sent him $18,000 in what she called startup costs. The hotel charges weren't hotels at all. They were labeled as business meetings with suppliers. The spa treatments were actually couples massages at some resort. There were photos attached to emails, them at dinner holding hands, them on some weekend trip to Napa. I thought she spent with her grief support group. In one email from 2 weeks ago, he wrote, "Can't wait until you finally leave him and we can do this full-time baby." Her response that same night, "Soon. He's so focused on work he barely notices I'm gone anyway." Such a workaholic. I sat there reading until 2 a.m. My wife of 8 years. The woman I supported through everything. I screenshotted everything. Every email, every receipt, every transaction. Went to the office early this morning and printed them all out. 47 pages total. This afternoon I went to the bank during lunch and moved $40,000 into a new account she can't touch. That's my half of what's left, plus the $18,000 she stole to give to Marcus. I met with a divorce lawyer at 2 p.m. He looked through everything and actually smiled. Said this is textbook financial infidelity. Said with this evidence, I'd keep the house and she'd owe me restitution. Maybe even face fraud charges. Tonight at dinner, she asked if we could go to brunch tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. at that French place she loves downtown. Said she wanted to reconnect and work on us. That she'd been distant lately and wanted to fix things. I smiled and said that sounds perfect. What she doesn't know is that tomorrow morning at 9:45 a.m., my lawyer will be sitting at the table next to us. I'm handing her the divorce papers with all 47 pages of bank statements attached right after the waiter takes our order. She thinks we're celebrating our anniversary a week early. Instead, she's about to find out what $52,000 of theft and 11 months of lies actually costs.